circuit. This is our circuit. Our mission is to create a module that produces bird sound using 555 timer. Of course, with the use of the push button. So I'm using here two 555 timers. I also have the 9 volts battery as the supply, and then for the output, we're going to hear the sound using the speaker. When I press the button, it will now sound like a bird's. We're now going to generate a sound generator, a bird sound, using two 555 timer and discrete components, capacitor, resistors, mounted on the breadboard with the use of jumper wires. So why are we using two 555 timer? One 555 timer is to create sounds or a BCO, voltage control oscillator. The other one is act as LFO, low frequency oscillator. The first one is a voltage controlled oscillator, and the other one is LFO, whatever the two. So the LFO is the one, I think this one is the LFO, because the pin number 5 is connected to, pin number 6 is connected to pin number 5, input voltage of the 555. So this one is the BCO, voltage controlled oscillator, and this one is LFO, low frequency oscillator. What happened is this low frequency oscillator can able to modulate the frequency of this BCO, voltage controlled oscillator. So it can create now a bird sounds because of that modulation. Low frequency oscillator can able to modulate, or it can vary, can change the frequency of this BCO or voltage control oscillator by pressing the button. Let us do that. Pressing the button, so you can hear a bird chirping, bird sounds. Again. So whenever I press the button, it sounds like a bird. Let us see the explanation of this circuit. We now have our first IC 555, and then this is BCO 555 as BCO, voltage control oscillator, voltage controlled oscillator. Okay, BCO, and it is wired as a stable multivibrator or as a PWM generator, stable mode, stable mode. So you can see here we have the output speaker connected to the, by the way, this is connected to the 9 volts. So I have the power 9 volts, speaker, and then the capacitor, because we need this capacitor since the speaker is an analog signal. We can use this capacitor. Pin number 8 is the supply. Pin 4, reset. Why don't we use reset? Because we're going to control this using the other IC. So we did not use this reset button, so that it will continue operating the circuit or functioning this, working with this. We did not use for pin 4. Pin 7, it is threshold during the on off of the circuit, and then the discharge. I mean, this pin 7 is discharge. Pin number 6 is threshold. Pin number 2 is trigger pin, connected to R3 3.3K to the ground. And then the capacitor here, 100 microfarad, 16 volts. 2.2K connected to pin 2, 6. Then pin 7, which is the discharge pin. Pin number 5, this we're going to connect these to other IC or is 555. But for now, it has no connection. Pin number 1 is ground. So voltage controlled. Voltage controlled oscillator. OC, so it oscillates. So as a stable mode, it can generate a continuous PWM, on off, on off, on off. Due to the charging of the capacitor, when the capacitor is charging, there is an output. Discharging, there is no output. That's why it is on, off, on, off, on, off, PWM. Okay? And because of that, we have now this series of pulses, PWM. And because of that, we can hear that in our speaker due to the charging, discharging, charging, discharging, and with this bleeder resistor 3.3K issues. Okay, 1 grounded. This is what is the use of this PWM, train of pulses. As a BCO, this BCO will serve as a carrier wave. So this series of pulses that has been produced by this pin number 3 due to the charging, discharging, charge, discharge, on off, on off, on off, on off, will serve as the carrier wave. So for now, we're going to connect the speaker, and we're going to see the actual wirings. When the speaker and capacitor is connected, what is the sound of this PWM generated by this circuit. And after that, we were going to disconnect the speaker, and we're going to see the actual PWM created by this circuit by using an oscilloscope. Positive to positive, negative to the 3. Okay, first with the speaker, and the second video or we're going to do is just the waveform. Let us see that. This is now the actual circuit. So the speaker, we are connected to the speaker, and then we are not using the button. So button is not connected because this is the first oscillator. We're just going to see the first oscillator. which is this one. This is the BCO. If we connect the supply to hear the sound, we're just going to hear the sound. So that is the sound we generated by this voltage controlled oscillator. So instead of using the speaker, we're not going to use this to analyze the waveform. We're going to connect it to the oscilloscope to see the output. So we are now connected to the pin number 3 and then the positive voltage, because that is the output. We're going to see the BCO waveform. Just connect the voltage supply. So in our oscilloscope, we have this waveform generated by the voltage controlled oscillator. And there is a waveform here, and we're going to adjust that and capture the image. It is a square wave, composed of square wave, on off, PWM. And with an interval of, there is an interval with waveform and without, waveform without, with waveform without waveform. We have now the second IC 555. We're going to connect the supply voltage 9 volts to the switch, and then the switch to the pin 8, pin 4, reset, not connected because we're going to use the switch as a trigger. Then 5 volts to the discharge pin, 100 ohms to the 6 threshold, then 2 trigger, and then connected together to C3 47 microfarad 25 volts, and then positive negative to the ground. And then the 3 and 5 no connection. This is now will serve as, the second IC will serve as modulator. Okay, this is configured as a stable multi-vibrator or PWM generator, but it is not actually PWM because the output only a stable oscillator or oscillator, because the output is we get the output from 2 to 6 and then the negative to the ground. If we're going to connect an oscilloscope here, we can see a sawtooth waveform. That is the waveform generated by this circuit, and this will serve as a modulator. We're going to modulate the other IC using this, the carrier, by, so this is now the 2 IC. Let us first see the waveform generated by this IC. And then after that, we're going to connect this 6 to trigger. It will serve as a trigger to the pin 5. So this now 5 control voltage will now control the modulation. We now connected the probe to the pin 2 of this IC that will serve as the modulator. And remember that this one is BCO, voltage controlled oscillator. This is also an oscillator that would serve as a modulator to the carrier. This one produce a carrier frequency, and this one will now serve as modulator. Let us see the voltage. We connected now the oscilloscope probe. So we are in the oscilloscope now. So when I press the button, it generates a sawtooth wave. This frequency is an infrasound, which means that's below the human range of frequency, inaudible, or we cannot hear that frequency, less than 20 hertz. When I release the button, it will go back to the ground. It will be grounded again when I press it. This waveform can be used, where we're going to use this waveform as a modulator to our first IC 555. So this would serve as a modulator. It controls now, it will going to control the second or the first 555 by connecting this waveform or modulate this waveform to the BCO. We're going to connect now. So this would serve as a triggering waveform or triggering signal to the first or to the BCO. We now have the full circuit diagram of bird sounds generator using 555 timer. So using 555, we can generate a bird sounds. 555, as we have shown here, is serve as the BCO oscillator, voltage controlled oscillator, since the output of the second 555, which is the pin 6 and 2, is now being served as a triggering voltage to the pin number 5. So this one now is the LFO. This would serve as the modulator. And when we check the waveform to the output of this 555, it is a sawtooth. Here, it is square wave. So using the sawtooth to modulate the square wave, so there's a ramp and then ramp signal here at the sawtooth wave. So in here, the battery is connected to the switch, to the ground, and then the power here, all the power is connected to the switch. So once we press the switch, it would sound a birds, because this is now being mixed or modulate. We're going to modulate this carrier square wave, modulating this carrier wave using the sawtooth wave. And the combination of the two waves or the frequency, we can now generate a bird sounds. It serves as the trigger or modulator to the BCO. So instead of just a square wave, we have now an additional waveform of this sawtooth. Let us see the output waveform. When we connect or when we have this, and let us again, we're going to listen to the speaker. We're going to hear the actual sound again. And after that, we're going to test what is the waveform by removing the speaker and connect or change it with the oscilloscope instead of the speaker. Now we have the two ICs connected together, and we're going to hear the final bird sounds. So there is a decay sound produced by the capacitor. This capacitor, 1000 microfarad. So let us now connect the oscilloscope by removing the speaker, and we're going to connect the probe. To see the waveform or the modulated sound. By the way, the modulation technique used is frequency modulation, modulating the frequency. Because the frequency of the BCO, which is the carrier, has been modulated by the low frequency oscillator. So we have now the oscillator, the oscilloscope, the oscillator here. And when I press the switch, that is the frequency modulation, changing the frequency of the carrier. This one. And then release the switch. It's a series of PWM. Again. Release. Okay. That is now the frequency modulated. And that is the modulated wave whenever I press the switch. this one I connected the power indicator 1K to blue LED. So just to monitor if the circuit is open, if the circuit is working. Oh yeah. And then this one is 1000 microfarad 16 volts. This is a capacitor for stability. And then 100 nanofarad 16 volts capacitor here. It is 0.1 microfarad, same as 0.1 microfarad. This 100 nanofarad. So that's the correction.